Everybody say, say, how can I express my gratitude for all the many things you've done for me? Words are not enough to say thank you. Say, Lord, you are my everything. You're my everything. How can I express my gratitude? How can I express my gratitude for all the many things Father, you done for me, yeah. Words are not enough to say thank you. So Lord, you are, you're my everything. Say, I call you God. You're my provider. I call you Eunice. You are my battle. I call you Rapha. Hey. You are my healer. Say, Lord, you are. You're my everything. I call you Jireh. Lord, my provider. I call you Eunice. You are my battle. I call you Rapha. You are my healer. Say, Lord, you are. You're my everything. Oh, you're my thing, you know. 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 Yeah. So, oh, yeah. Oh, you're my thing, you know. Oh, you're my thing, you know. Yeah. Oh, you're my thing, you know. Oh, you're my thing, you know. Say, I call you Jireh, say. I call you Jireh. Lord, my provider. I call you Eunice. You are my battle. I call you Rapha. Hey. You are my healer. Say, Lord, you are my everything. Yeah.
Memo bibia afishiapo afenko embeto yen afenko embesa ye ho afenko omfa adepa embre yen. Memo bibia happy new year because today being the first time meba ni itifo na hwefo ankrankra bia waba homa ne so mema mo nyina afishiapa. Enen so adom na ntino yenya ahoden enya nkwa enya pomodene na edwuma a yede ato ye ho so eye legal hour every Friday bia yede ba ma kwan ne nso adom ne nti no yetumi asori ye na so na yaka ye ho na ne ehia ne fata ne sese ye hu ewo emremo no yede ahokeka ede abremo enti megide se ba biara a wo hwe me no ebe me neje se obeka me ho fitisise bre ha enkoto time a yebewie eye 11 o'clock ne sharp no na afedie ya sorry ye na so na megide se yenwie no nso no questions bi a how embia na nsem bi ekakra akyerwo so a opese ubisa lawyers obi wo ho a obekwa akon lawyer no yesi o se utwisika kakra nanso eba no se ye ba ede a obi na eka eye free bonto obetumi bisa question bia wope lawyer benya abotre wenya wo ho adagye na wa ansa wo se ekire so na mbia ekwa akoye personal ansa mpo obetu aka kyewo se bomoden na behu no na undi wasem nti no free legal education BWF Solicitors anope odeba eno ena me no eba aba be she ena emenije minkasa bebre ye wo update bebre ya wo ho a ye pese itifo ehye ne nso ekankan ye nuanom skill workers ye ye gi omo begu mu bu bebre no dodo na omo ho akeka nanso enidaso ewo ho ensuro se wenya letter bi ana wo sponsor bi ya generic ya suspending no ana ya revoking na ɛde n'asɔ wɔ hɔ. Biribiara nsɛe. Wobɛseɛ akyea nanso ɛmbuiɛ. Na ɛmbuiɛ ne Onyankopɔn nko ara deɛ education no bɛba no wobɛnya wo din wɔ mu na wode to anamo. Nti ha yɛ BWF Solicitors for Legal Hour every Friday a yɛde ba. Ɛnɛ me resource person ɛyɛ lawyer Eunice. Ɔno nso mɛma no akonnwa na mfa nkyia kɛseɛ ne mu ohwam ɛmfa ɛma etiefoɔ na ahwɛfoɔ. Na afei deɛ mebisa no update kakra wɔ hɔ a ɔsɛ yehu ansa na yɛato yɛ main topic no ho anamo a na ɛno nso yɛde abɛgu. Nti lawyer Eunice mema wakɔ aba ɛba yɛ dwumadie yi so. Mpakyɛ wapɔ mu ɛte sɛn?
Nyame adom o, Nyame adom obi biara ho yɛ. And I hope sɛ wo nso saa Nyame adom. Nyame kra mo nyinaa wɔ asomdwe mu. Yɛda Nyame ase. Ma menkɔ so a ɛnhyia ahwɛfoɔ ne atiefoɔ a mohwɛ yɛn, motie yɛn either on BW Radio so anaasɛ BW Facebook anaa YouTube. Nyame nhyira mo nyinaa sɛ ɛnnɛ da yi woabɛka yɛn nsa. Sɛnea ma yɛntii kan a afehyɛ pa biom. Yɛnim sɛ Nyame de yɛ aba afe papa mu. Nti yɛbɛkɔ so ahwɛ deɛ ɔde ɛbɛba yɛn afe wei. Sɛnea ma yɛka yɛ, there has to be updates because nneɛma ɛsesa as often as possible. And see, when it comes to your updates now, I will briefly share with us that nkrofo almost applications whether within or outside of the UK for skilled worker visa. And see, most of the time, who said there are certain requirements that have to be met, and one of them is the English language test. Into when it comes to secure English language test centers, UK abino the test centers be atoto hɔ a say UK, I mean skilled workers na mobile UK and I say omo UK no omo ya ansa na omo etumi enya omo nkrata e be to say health and care workers, high potential individuals, minister of religion, scale up worker, any type of skilled worker no, you should be able to meet that English language requirements. And no, yes, say, oh, cabrofo no, oh, bet to me so atiasie, oh, bet to me atro, na at least, nimpa na, omo, test no, ebe to me, ama grade above the pass mark, which is usually a B1 and I say B2. Nti ɛno no saa no sɛ woyɛ saa test na ɔmo approve language centers a ɛyɛ sɛ woyɛ no wɔ. And then not forgetting nkurɔfoɔ a ɔmo wɔ family roots no so ɔmo nso saa no nso they will have to also do a secure language test. Ɛno no yɛ just speaking and listening. Nti ɛno no saa no they are just testing the fact that wobɛtumi aka borɔfo kasa no. Nti all these categories of people no will have to take a test whether within the UK or outside the UK. And the government no edit list no at all say there is a list of centers that they have approved. Say over test no into baako Pearsons or more different centers around the UK. And almost sounds so what Trinity College London. Trinity College London and your London pair and more centers. More centers were all over the UK, including Wales, Scotland, Ireland, I mean Northern Ireland. And so but Trinity College London so almost test centers all over the UK. And almost IELTS CELT Consortium into almost so they have test centers across the UK, and then language set. So with all these categories of approved centers, no, omo so omo was centers across the UK. Over to me, a book in our choir with test ewo honum, whether it's speaking and listening, and I say speaking, listening, writing, and reading. Omo ebeye test, omo no obeye test no, and some of them even provide the should I say practice. Obeye answer na wakoye test no. And see, it's good to go online, find out about which test center best suits you. Answer na wakoye test no. And so when it comes outside the UK, omo centers and so
different parts of the country, but you have to be very careful because um amanone dear it's not as many as UK Chrome ha. Into most of the ones that I know outside of the UK are usually the IELTS Sales Consortium, and I say PSI services, skills for English. There are some countries that will have the language sets and the Pearsons as well, but yet amanone crowd ni nana ewo sa centers no into you have to check and be sure. Into these are the approved test centers what UK aban and outside of the UK you also have those test centers where almost say they have approved them to take English language test no into when you're booking so making sure say approved ones and yet they are either in chain via as much as possible no not wait to me I share the area appropriate and of course you want to make sure that you are doing the right test at the right level send your omumbeka say level now yeah you know and yeah the correct one in say sign and a lot of the skilled workers who are making the applications within the UK, especially in conformal switching, you have to be able to show, say, either you have an undergraduate degree and now say wakoye sa English language test at a level B1 before you can apply under the skilled work route. Because I know say ebi mu bebree switch whilst obviously not being able to have work with the employer that they are currently working with, and now say because of other issues Nancy, they will have to switch to a different employer. So it's very important say so all switch you use the same English language requirements you use, and now say uba students dear ube use degree now I or if you're a dependent, I will switch out. You will be able to take the test with an approved center, especially dependents no more switch out called skilled worker routes. No, some to me meets our English language requirement. Into at least some to me stress them why your test, no, and you've been able to gain at least a level B1 now at least unim say you are secure in that English language requirement. And see when I'm per se it's here for for to home and more in terms of success way because I know say nkurɔfoɔ be some same way several times and for some people ɔmo nya COS now they said oh okay me nya COS no but my test be and I'm like no you can't just go ahead because you will not meet the immigration rules. So we yes, English language test. Otherwise, I'm best sign about I'm baby say English language test into English language test ever here. It's important say we're dependent now all switch it there. You have to make sure say YSR approved English language test senya almost able to me amount in krata non so. And then just briefly as well, when it comes to your skilled workers, no, I know say a lot of the time in for S which they are thinking, okay, how can I make sure that I'm making the application in time? Usually not the general rule say so to me yeah, application no before I will leave no ebeba ewie into say ebi me leave no ebeba ewie 31st January ɛsɛ me to me making sure say my year application no before the 31st of January 2025. Say Ekobani say for one reason or the other you were not able to make the application before the 31st of January by paragraph 39E, you are able to show, say, because of ABR reasons beyond your control, into you didn't put in the application within that time, but at least within 14 days of your leave expiring, no, or the application, no, etumu. And no, sir, no, if you are able to provide reasonable reasons, GNC time ne pan ho ansa na woyɛ application ne deɛ ɛnde ɔmo bɛhwɛ na ɔmo aka sɛ ayɛ te sɛ wo time no ɛda so ɛɛkɔ so because you are able to show said there was reasonable reasons why you didn't make the application before 31st January 2025 nti ɛno nso saa no nso sɛ biribi wɔ hɔ a ebi a wohwehwɛ COS na ɔmo aka kyerɛ wo sɛ oh ɔmo de bɛma wo nimpa na ɔsɛ ɔde bɛma wo no na ebia na ɔni hɔ time na ɛyɛ sɛ ɔde ma wo no and ebia na ɔwɔ break nti ɔbaeɛ no na 31st na pa ho maybe it was the 2nd of February na ɔbaa back ɛna ɔka kyerɛ wo sɛ oh COS no yɛayɛ de ato hɔ ebia nipa korɔ no a ɛyɛ sɛ ɔde ma wo ntumi amfa ama wo nti wo COS no nie ɛno no saa no na wobɛtumi use ɛno no as reasonable reasons deɛ nti a wontumi amfa applications na nto mu ntɛm nti by paragraph 39E you are saying say because of this reason you were unable to make the application in time but afei na woyɛ application na ɔmatumi ahwɛ ama wo wo nkrataa no yeah.
Okay, Eunice, membisa question bi a ɛkyerɛ m'adwene wɔ hɔnom.
Mm.
Sɛ obi akɔtwerɛ wayɛ application na de kɔ, ɔde kɔɛ no wamfa English language, onim sɛ switching ɔyɛ dependent na ɔno kɔ akɔ wanya COS ɔkɔyɛ. Wamfa English na anka ho, nti no ɔde application ne kɔɛ no, ɔmo kae sɛ ɔmo hu ne English, nti no yɛama no 10 working days na ɔmprovide English no. Na 10 working days na wobɛhu me no, English exams no, there is no way even if you write it today na wonya results ɔkyena. Ɛna onim anything about the English na kyerɛ sɛ ɔwɔ sɛ ɔno nso so osua kakra na
Mm.
ɔntumi nkɔtwerɛ na ɔntwa. Na wobɛtwɛn 10 working days na wobɛkɔ akɔtwerɛ na wontwa deɛ, nka neɛ sua ansa na wobɛtwa a, wobɛkɔ akɔtwerɛ a na woetwa. Nti nea ɛsiiɛ ne sɛ, ɔde 2 or 3 days bi suaa kakra ɛna ɔregistae. But ɔregistaeɛ no, woenya like onyaa the following week date
Mm.
a ɔkye baabiara nka obenya the next day, but na ɛm sɛ week no sɛnea akɔyɛ no nti onyaa the following week. Nti na ɛyɛ sɛ
Mm.
ne days no aka bɛyɛ 3 days na ne 10 days no ayɛ dɛn ewu. Ɔkɔtwerɛeɛ. Results na ba no na afei nti no obetumi atwerɛ home office sɛ wakɔyɛ English no na results no ɛmbaeɛ nti nka 10 days no home office nyɛ ho biribi ma no na ɔmfa results no mbrɛ a abra ne nsa bɛka. Anaasɛ secondly, ebi nso a na saa 10 working days no ɔtumi emitii ɛtwerɛ exams no ebi a the first 2 days no nti aka ne bɛyɛ 8 days. Ɛna exams no nso yɛwɔ way a sometimes when you write it na we give 14 days ansa na
Mm.
yɛma wo result. Nti ebia na 14 days na yɛde bɛma ne result no na ne days no nso a weifoɔ aka no a esua no ayɛ 10 days na sɛ ɛso ate no,
Mm.
ɔbɛtumi ne home office foɔ anegotiate sɛ mayɛ exams no megye di sɛ mɛpaase anaasɛ sei nti no however, the results will come a day or two before your 10 working days. Nti no, moma me saa mbre no na memfa mbra. Etumi yɛ yie saa.
Obviously in the scenario that you've given no a
Mhm.
very practical scenario because most people find themselves in that scenario
A
and
lot.
say I don't know Sano if you are able to show say you have taken the test. I don't know if you give some sort of email receipt or something.
Yes.
Okay, and
You're
say
married.
babies can they
Mm-hmm.
can obviously add it and say that because test center for no almost
Mm-hmm.
take it test no almost say within 14 days now once ebe count results no in
Results.
the home office no almost emfa way na at least almost mam almost additional days to be able to provide the
Mm-hmm.
results that they are requesting. In I don't know, sir, no, if you're able to provide some evidence that you've taken the test, but it's just that a bit take it longer to have the results there. Not case
Mm-hmm.
worker, no, we're using a discretion, no. I catch you say, okay, I can give you 2 more days or 1 week or 2 weeks, whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
they will at least use their discretion. Most of the time, it says extra time, additional 10 days, they account.
Na mo de
Yeah.
aka ho. Okay, the last one ɛno nso ɛkyerɛ nkurɔfoɔ adwene. Yɛnim sɛ when they issue COS no once no now they application a yɛnya take decision pɛ either positive or negative, that COS no I avoid. I say.
Mm.
And
Mm.
say maybe during the process, no, not my request one or two things. Now him say, sa nneɛma no ma request no, any days a wɔde ama no, maybe wo wankɔhu nyansa na sɛbio wo wankɔhu idea a wobɛtumi ane ɔmo a negotiate kakra sɛ nka ɔmo ma ɔmmerɛ na fa hyehyɛ nneɛma no a wopɛ no. Enti etumi ba sɛ wode akɔ na ɔmo ama wo 10 days no. Can you tell them sɛ o mmere no a mode ama me no mesrɛ mo bi a na nneɛma no menya within nti nka me redraw application no ansa na menhyehyɛ me ho nwie ansa na mede atom. Ɛno saa woyɛ saa withdrawal no, can that COS still be void anaasɛ it can still be valid?
Obviously, as soon as you withdraw the application, as long
Mhm,
as the COS time no pass and you can
mhm,
say that is still valid. When it
mhm,
comes to applications in general, usually a valid application has to do with the fact that we're making the right application. Wait, yeah, home car, why you biometrics, we do right passport and answer identification, I come on. When it
yes.
comes to applying because you are making sure say we meet the requirements Nadia, then I
Mhm,
will say if it's just because you don't meet the requirements, then
mhm,
like I was saying before, no,
mhm,
ABR due to the fact that what take a test, no, but results
mhm,
named by it, and they're
mhm,
saying that now under paragraph 39E, you have an extra 14 days as long as
mhm,
you're able to show reasonable reasons, the entire deadline na power and sana
mhm,
application no, then you
mhm,
can say ABA we a test no results name by into now per se results name by and sana with the application no betum something
mm,
like that, then you can
okay,
use that as evidence of reasonable reasons. The NCI went to
mm,
me and for application and to move by the
okay,
deadline. And no, sir, no, then at least you are falling back on something rather than withdrawing
what
the
they do for
application completely.
application.
Yes.
Mm,
And
mm.
see, I don't know, eh,
One
but
tricky.
yes. I don't
Mm.
know, eh, but
Redrawing tricky. Sɛ wo
yes,
redraw a redraw na days no ebi a your COS no valid for 3 months for the
yeah,
application.
yeah.
Now within that no redrawing no ɛna wonim sɛ wo redraw a still a home office bɛka sɛ ayɛ
And then
asɛe.
also withdrawing
Ana
as well
mhm,
means that you are also taking yourself out of your protection. And see, most of the time, say if for
mm,
instance you are allowed um that period to make your application, now also will
mhm,
withdraw application. No, now
mhm,
you are falling back on AB at section 3C to say, oh, your leave is continuing from the time you owe the application no to the moment you
mm.
withdraw, you've taken yourself out of that
Out
protection.
of
And
that
you,
protection.
you are no
Okay.
longer protected under the law. And so it's
Okay.
better to make sure that you are protected under the law rather than
That
say if you are going to me I'm making evidence
mm,
way ready and as I went to me I'm making evidence way ready and say no no
mm,
sir no na or withdraw
mm.
application. That's only to your detriment. If uber
Yeah.
biometrics na ready, then it's better to
Mm.
uber biometrics na rather than withdrawing the whole application.
Ɛha
Yeah.
adwen papapapapa. Wei
Yeah.
deɛ mɛgyigya hɔ. Wade a yɛbɛsan aka ho asɛm now because when it comes to skill worker questions, Lawyer Eunice, I've got about 35 questions to ask. That is not the reason why we are here today. Take one action for say Afino joining ya. Aha ye BWF Solicitors Legal Hour so near way as we do it every Friday. And then so dominancy you are ha. We've talked few things about the update concerning mostly the English language test now. Would become more and more switchy as dependent, to become the main applicants near the other. Then I be so nyoma bebree. I mean na ɛma mo switchy English a wohia yɛaka ho asɛm ewie sisi go ahead na yɛ introduce yɛ main topic a yɛwɔ for the day but answer na ɛbɛyɛ saa mɛsrɛ wɔ anidie mu mepa wo kyɛw anidie mu bɔ mmɔden aforo bi ma obi hu sɛ yɛda so ɛwɔ ha we are still working hard sɛ everything a concerning mmara no a ɛwɔ kurom ha no yɛbɛnya ho animdeɛ sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a yɛtutu yɛ anam a yɛhu yɛnante a yɛhu sɛnea ɛbɛnante si afa na woyɛ application bi nso a woahu the right one a ɔsɛ woyɛ na woyɛ a ɛtumi ayɛ successful ama wo nti no Ene nyame adom yakofa baako bi nso de aba a yɛfrɛ no sɛ mmerɛ bebree no sɛ yɛyɛ ne yɛnya indefinite a yɛ na yɛ ho pere yɛn sɛ yɛbɛnya kurom a yɛbɛyɛ nso yɛbɛyɛ British citizen. Nokorɛ woyɛ British citizen a ma wonam a osunsum na mu odu. Wonte sɛ me a I'm proud Ghanaian, me de ɔyɛ me dan a me Ghanani. But obi wɔ hɔ a yɛ man indefinite ne pɛ onya yanka de chi yɛ na no ayɛ British citizen enam the benefit that comes with it ne nti no ɛma wode wo ho aprepare sɛ wo nso wobɛyɛ British citizen. Nanso no before a wobɛyɛ no emre kakra ɛwɔ hɔ ɛne nhyehyɛ wɔ hɔ ɛne nneɛma a ɔsɛ woyɛ wode tutu na akwan mu ansa na wetumi aba abɛyɛ saa British citizen no. Na nea ɛteɛ ne sɛ emre bebree sɛ wonya indefinite na mmara ne se ɔsɛ wotwɛn afe baako ansa na wobɛyɛ wo dɛbɛn wo British citizen wa start application na kyerɛ sɛ wonam 5 years so ɛna wode nya wo indefinite na kyerɛ sɛ the following 6th year no ɛna wobɛtumi aba abɛyɛ British citizen. We nyinaa yɛ adesua a yɛn nyinaa yɛsua a yɛ start legal de bia yɛsua nti dodoɔ na ɛnim saa mmara no. Nanso ebi wɔ hɔ a yɛnim sɛ home office for ɔmo a na ɔmo aka ɔmo ho kakra anaasɛ ɔmo a ɛyɛ na ɔmo yɛ mmara a ɔmo hyɛ da de clause ɛnyɛ clause mpo bi bɛ sɛ I'm looking for a right word ɛbɛba sisi a ɔmo de nneɛma nketenkete bi ɛba ho na ɔmo de ayɛ nanso no sɛ unnim a unnim te sɛ lawyer ɛna ɛbɛka akyerɛ wo nti na yɛnhwɛ yɛbisa sɛ do I still have to wait 12 months to naturalize as the spouse of a British citizen? Ana ɛno ne question a yɛbɛbisa na mmom ansa na yɛbɛdiscuss no producer patro ma mentwa me ho sima ɛmbra sisi a na yɛba na lawyer Eunice abɛma yɛ mmoaeɛ.
Based in London, we are a dynamic award-winning firm specialising in a range of legal services. Welcome to BWF Solicitors, a trusted and experienced law firm specialising in immigration and nationality, appeals and judicial review, dispute resolution, family and matrimonial, and other family law disputes with international context. These include matters such as private child arrangement orders, contested and uncontested divorce, non-molestation for domestic violence, and financial remedy. Our childcare and family team appreciate the issues facing you at such a difficult time. Our advice is delivered in a confidential and sensitive manner. Meet Bernard Owusu, our esteemed senior partner. With over 32 years of experience and known for his expertise and dedication to serving our clients and the community. BWF Solicitors stands for integrity, respect, excellence, teamwork, diversity, inclusion, and service to the community. We provide tailored assistance specific to your case. At BWF Solicitors, every day is filled with dedication, creativity, and a commitment to finding the best solutions for our clients. Our team at BWF Solicitors is ready to assist you with all your legal needs. You can find us at the 4th floor, Anna House, 214 to 218 High Road, Seven Sisters, London, N15 4NP. Our main office line is 0208 493 7340 or our emergency line is 07712 761 884.
Our private client services team is recognized for providing clear and practical legal advice to our clients in the United Kingdom and Ghana. Expert help with will writing, probate or estate administration. Our will writers and probate lawyers can act for you to obtain grant of probate and carry out estate administration on your behalf. The probate takes place after someone dies. If there's a will, the named executor is responsible for ensuring that the estate of the deceased is secured, assessing its value and paying any inheritance tax. If there is no will, the interstate and inheritance rules require similar responsibilities. Our lawyers offer strategic and practical solutions to the issues which clients face, whether it's in relation to succession planning, will preparation, probate and the administration of estates, immigration and visas, contentious family or probate disputes, administering estates often with inheritance cross-border issues, international trust advice including residence, domicile issues, wealth preservation, a fast, efficient service from SRA-regulated professionals, transparent pricing. BWF Solicitors. Let us take care of probate.
Yo, it's here for yes, my kwabe diena, madam assessment, butre, a trainer, yako dani ye waba. Dodo na maba so nyina medinchia kese e de mamon, menko, mechika kra medinchia, menu ba tili duma tili eti saying, sanson and anaji mai, medinchia, o afishia pa, nana itia hene, Ezekiel Johnson, Wumpumi Adams, Abigail Osemensa, Michael Ba, Kwejo Frimpong, Abina, Oba Papa B. Just said, Dudrona Maba, so many about Sandra Fraser. A very special morning to you. And so, me did say, baby, Biara, or ye, all the information, here say, ye, they call BWF Solicitors, or their big go, Eddie, my come. And Auntie Helene now say, good morning, Lady Magneti. And Lawyer Eunice, God bless you richly for your dedication and support for the community. Aunt Helena, Nyamenshra won so do na maba so Mr. Monidi, Mobo Modia, keep sharing. Be a loved one today. Oh, na this year, no. Mama sharing no enquitri pa and from my welcome back to the program. We're just talking about few things concerning you can say with the update, about English language in here. So those of the school workers are more dependent in the air switch, one of the requirements are more here to be able to qualify for the switch, We've already spoken about that already. Now, we are going into our main topic. I can say, do I still have to wait 12 months to naturalize as a spouse of a British citizen? Saying in him say, do na mawari British ni na nyame adom me ware no yama me mfie enum metumi twa me mfie enum no metwa wie ye no sisia no or say me bomode atwen one additional year 12 months na metumi ko na me nso me apply as a citizen ni bi me before I be can naturalize ansa na afide waye enti eno na ye pese discuss say de bia no say wo twen ana say we be see we kakra won chen clauses kakra bi won chen a wetumi afa ho a won twen ana se wo twen mpo nso a de nhihye na o se wo ye eno na enem pese mini lawyer Eunice ye discuss until lawyer Eunice mesa atonsa ade afra obium sisi ano mikunu ye British citizen ni nyame adom obeware me emre o se metwa nyina metwa ne nyina masisi ya ma me indefinite Emma mean definite me hope me say me nso me den me nso me naturalize na ma be British citizen ne bi British citizen de o ya obi eni what's up emo du o twem wo airport kra na krama na ehwa osi na mo mfiu nso kita ye ndie bi de obi ho na krama na ka wo gina wo ye mfe ne sa ntene no ye be ka wa asem sɛ mewie me indefinite na a metwɛn 1 year na 12 months no sɛ me naturalize no ɛwɔ sɛ metwɛn saa 12 months no anaasɛ nkrankyɛn ɛwɔ hɔ biribi wɔ hɔ a metumi ayɛ abrɛ a mentwɛn saa 12 months no ɛno ne yɛ main topic nti pɛ sɛ wokyerɛkyerɛ yɛn mu na afei sɛ yɛhu ɛno a na yɛnhwɛ kwan a yɛbɛfa so ɛne nneɛma a ɛsɛ na ɛwɔ sɛ yɛyɛ na yɛntumi yɛn nso yɛbɛyɛ British citizen no bi. Ɔdaroma.
Okay, and that's a very for Asembisa. When it comes to naturalization and I say embra British nationality we have different categories. Being it to say obia oya kola wabetna room for 10 years or no registration to be British say ne parents and British and answer omunya afeborn and answer settled status na sa akola no ever registration application before or British. For for dear, most of the time, no, almost say a naturalization process into any adult who is of full capacity and of full age, almost say would dear so to me and naturalize it as a British citizen. Into most of the time, will be a or full age, and I say adult a will be already 18 or 18 and above. Nti ɛno no saa no wonim sɛ weduru saa age na wankasa wobɛtumi aka sɛ wogyina wo nan so de ayɛ wo British naturalization application. Most of the time sɛ wogyina wankasa wo nan so de ayɛ application na te sɛ sɛnea wobɔɔ so no you will have to wait that 12-month period after afebɔɔ no anaasɛ indefinite leave to remain no ansa na woatumi ayɛ wo naturalization application no. And this goes for most people who have received almost settled status and answer almost can indefinite leave to remain ɛwɔ kurom ha. Sɛ ebia te sɛ sɛnea wobɔɔ so ebia wo kunu ɛkɔfa a wofiri amanɔne ɛde wo ba UK kurom ha, then you know say ebia wo 2.5 na wonya no wobɛsan agye another 2.5 ansa na wakɔyɛ wo application for indefinite leave to remain. And in most cases say woyɛ application na ɛsɛ wotumi kyerɛ sɛ ebia me kunu na maware no no wetumi akyerɛ sɛ ɔwɔ ebia indefinite leave to remain me nso me nsa aka me indefinite ɛnyɛ nkurɔfoɔ a ɔmo kunu no ɛwɔ indefinite leave to remain ɛna yɛka ɛho asɛm ɛndɛ. It is specific to those who spouses are British. Into say ukruno nensa cafe bono but onye ne British book enye eno no na ye ka ho asem ende.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, we're just speaking specifically to nkurɔfoɔ no a ɔmo kunu anaasɛ ɔmo yere ɛwɔ British citizenship anaasɛ red book anaasɛ navy blue British book no ɔmo na ɛndɛ yɛka ɔmo ho asɛm ɛndɛ. Nti when it comes to your naturalization applications now most of the time say one person so you will have to show say you are able to you are somebody of good character. Nti when we are saying somebody is of good character ebia undi bonia yede wako prison da a bit to say senya ebia waba chrome ha waba overstay and you are now finding your foot into enono sano almost friend immigration related issues nti ebia wo ba ye na wa ba ye overstayer and crampo say wo ba no crampo na woni asetena na wo de be mu nti an illegal immigrants and crampo say when it comes to inyama to say obi a ye deport no and say ye man exclusion order saa nyama we ni na no kyerɛ sɛ ebia nipa korɔ wei ɔnhyɛ da ni suban papa but sɛ yɛtumi ma discretions ɛfa suban bi ho nti ɛno no saa no ɔmo wɔ mo guidance a ɛfa good character requirements no. And most of the time sɛ wo fill application no a ɔmo bebisa wo sɛ woyɛ adwuma anaa anaasɛ woyɛ akwadaa nso so a wokɔ school bɛn nti wode saa details no ɛbɛtoto hɔ na ɔmo etumi ayɛ saa verification with either the school or with the employer, just to know the sort of person that you are. And then when it comes to the second requirement, say ebia oye obi a wote UK kurom ha, UK kurom ha yɛka borɔfo. Nti ɔmo pɛ sɛ ɔmo hu sɛ ampa borɔfo kasa no wobɛtumi aka bi wote aseɛ. Nti ɛno no saa no sɛ woyɛ saa English language test na yɛka ho asɛm anapa yi, usually you have to take the test at a level B1. Say wonni degree to say undergraduate degree anaasɛ master's degree anaasɛ PhD deɛ and there's also me yes English language test at a level B1 to show say borɔfo kasa no wote ase a also wobɛtumi aka bi. Nti ɛno nso ɛyɛ requirement a ɛsɛ sɛ wotumi kyerɛ. And then you also have to show say UK kurom ha na wabɛtena no, and to say wakɔtena wo fie na go and come and one say wokɔ adwuma na wasan aba back. Ɔmo pɛ sɛ ɔmo hu sɛ wo a wabɛtena hanom wayɛ biribi akyerɛ sɛ wo integrate well into the community anaa. Then na wonim ɛfa British culture anaasɛ British life. Nti ɛno ɛna ɔmo de test aba a ɔmo frɛ no life in the UK. Nti ɛno no saa no ɔmo pɛ sɛ wotumi kyerɛ sɛ wonim British culture kakra, wonim British life kakra, wonim nneɛma ɛfa yɛ British politics ne economy ne nneɛma. Nti ɛno nso saa no nso ɛyɛ sɛ woyɛ saa life in the UK test na ɔmo hu sɛ ampa wobɛtumi atena UK kurom ha afebɔɔ a biribiara ɛnsi. Nti ɛno nso saa no ɛyɛ sɛ wotumi ɛkyerɛ sɛ woatake saa test a wotumi apaase. I believe said the pass mark for life in the UK is 19/23 and I said 24. I can't remember the total number, but I know say 19. It's at least to be scores are 19 marks now with himself what pass it and no. And then another requirement is the fact say so to make sure say when it comes to wasitna na what's not UK Chrome ha, ABA what's not UK Chrome ha for a period of 5 years. Yeah, that's so Eka will be our original or non and answer all yeah. What's not UK Chrome ha for at least 5 years. Na war sa continuous lawful residence. Na ultimate say at the beginning of that 5 year period no na UK Chrome ha. So to make sure say at least since unsa car afebon no 12 months aba since that time na unsa car indefinite leave to remain, and since that time no what the application atum say you can't akwantu a ebia wotena UK kurom ha unhyɛ da tutu kwan saa. Nti within that 12 months na wobɛyɛ wo application no untu kwan more than 90 days within that period. And then they want to know say even within the 5 year period no so untu kwan more than 450 days within that 5 year period. Nti when it comes to the caseworker or share idea where the fact that or share time out with their tutu kwan no omo person who intention, because they want to know say wo adwene say wobɛtena UK Chrome ha ɛbɛyɛ wo permanent home. Nti sɛ caseworker ne doubt say wo pɛ sɛ woyɛ UK Chrome ha wo permanent home dear, because it's a discretionary application. Obetumi aka say, hey, yahwɛ nyama way. The fact say we to kwan very often no. Yɛnhyɛ da ɛngye di sɛ wopɛ sɛ woyɛ UK kurom ha kurom nti yɛntumi ɛmfa mma wo. That is to say when it comes to the discretion of the caseworker, it is under Section 6 of the British Nationality Act. It's not an obligation on them, because Section 6 naturally say if the Secretary of State deems fit, say omonfa enkrata and as a naturalization certificate ne mawa na omode and also amount. Say if all of the requirements are met under Schedule 1 of yeah British Nationality Act there na omo akoso de sa naturalization certificates ama under a ceremony. But say ebia to say me am back UK chrome ha me kunu na de me aba me kunu de asetena no de na de me bae nti me ya 2 years 9 months answer na me bewra UK chrome ha matena ha asan aye me 2.5 no biom nti in total no my year 5 years or more meyɛ me application no metumi aka indefinite na anaasɛ afebɔɔ no nti sisi adeɛ me nsa aka indefinite leave to remain ɛwɔ UK kurom ha nti wohwɛ yɛ section 6 sub paragraph 2 a ɛka sɛ obi ɛyɛ application sɛ ɔpɛ sɛ ɔnaturalize as a British citizen na on the date na ɔbɛyɛ application no waware UK British citizen deɛ a ɛndeɛ yɛbɛhwɛ requirements na ɛwɔ yɛ schedule 1 no na yɛtumi ama no ne naturalization certificate. Nti ɛno no saa no there was nothing like that for nipa korɔ no ɔno ankasa egyina ne nan so. But when it comes to somebody who is married to a British citizen, dear, almost say at the date, no so obetumi akyerɛ sɛ waware British citizen, dear, and the yɛbɛhwɛ sɛ obetumi meet requirements na ɛwɔ schedule 1 ase ana. Nti when it comes to your schedule 1 no so a obi a waware British citizen at the date of the naturalization application no so wotumi kyerɛ sɛ watena ha continuously for a lawful period of at least 3 years. The reason now 3 years ne say before mmara no ɛsesa aba 5 years no now first wobɛtumi aba UK kurom ha as a spouse within a year crampo no ama wo indefinite anaasɛ afebɔɔ no. And so the Nationality Act was drafted in 1981. Into 3 years, no dear, it is the standard requirements are almost reached because omujidi say wukunu a British near or they were abakrum ha na say you're a British citizen or they were abakrum ha dear and dear within 3 years dear they believe say you become grounded in the British community into 3 years no and ɛwɔ schedule 1 of your British Nationality Act no. Nti ɛno no saa no na ɛsɛ wokyerɛ sɛ watena ha lawfully for that 3-year period. They are still going to look at the fact say within that period no so you are a person of good character. Good character ni here omo pa. Nti you still have to be able to show say you still have good character. And then you have to be able to show them say wait to me with English language whether you have a degree and answer your English language test at a level B1. Now wait to me akyerɛ say wait to me so our life in the UK test na hwehwɛ no. And it's important for them to know say also saa no so wopɛ sɛ woma UK kurom ha ɛbɛyɛ wo permanent home. Nti untu kwan more than 270 days within that 3-year period. Ehia mo paa because sɛ also be ma UK chrome ha abɛyɛ wo chrome dia they want to know say ɛni sɛ wobɛtutu kwan saa bia because wo free Japan nti de bia wo san akɔ back to Japan de bia na wo san akɔ back to Japan de bia na wo san akɔ back to Japan nti ɛno no ɛma wo mu hu sɛ wopɛ sɛ UK hanom ɛbɛyɛ wo chrome because de bia na wo tutu kwan nti sɛ within that 3-year period wait to climb more than 270 days there and case where Canadian no be ne say ebia nhyɛ da empɛ sɛ UK chrome ha ɛbɛyɛ wo chrome. But it may be different if, for instance, during the COVID period between March 2020 to October of 2021, no, ubetumi akyerɛ due to this reason, ɛno na meant to me ansa back to UK Chrome ha nti patcho momfa more discretion interested because of the COVID restrictions nti na ebia there were some reasons I was not able to return nti no sa no na wo catch case worker ne say this was due to no fault of your own. Into because of worldwide restrictions, and I say because of pandemic nti na so woka ehonom and nti na ebia mentumi ansan amba back to UK krom ha. Ana krampo say ebia wokɔ hɔnom no wokɔ yare nti ɛno no doctors no na ɛsɛ ɔmo hwɛ wo nti na wada hospital saa for ebia over 6 months nti doctors reports any medical notes any biribiara ɛkyerɛ sɛ ebia wokɔ yare nti wentumi ansan ba back within that time ɛno no na ɔmo etumi ahwɛ ɛno no as reasonable reasons the nti a waitu quite more than that length of time na meka no. But it's also, like I said, based on discretion. Inti say application no, so anya ye crampona, they give you a chance to reapply at a later date. At least would so or indefinite leave to remain in say no no sir no, you will still be able to go and come as you wish, but you have to make sure say bro sa days na almost no because no no Emma case worker no edwin say e bia won sheda mpese obey UK chrome ha chrome. And see, when it comes to obia or your application, no, as a partner or as a person married to a British citizen, yeah, and no, you have to be able to show your marriage certificate first of all. You have to be able to show, say, Monsa can we indefinite leave to remain, whether it's by way of a letter, and now say you have your e-visa into CCR, e-visa. When it comes to your e-visa, it is your immigration status which is shown online into your online immigration status verification. No, into wobɛtumi akyerɛ sɛ wo nsa aka wo indefinite no, whether you are literally somebody who has come under the family roots and now crampo say will be our EU settlement scheme na say most of the time we have emails to say more status confirmation. So either more pre-settled and I say settled status are monsaka and no to show say monsaka mo afebo no. And then you have to be able to show say to quite more than the period na omode ama no. Into most times, so to quite almost sample passport into you should be able to show the pages, all the pages within your passport, no, for them to know say pa to quite more than the number of days na omo no. Into you have to provide all the pages within your passport as evidence say to quite more than that period now or more canon. And then you have to be able to show say when it comes to the English language test no wait to near and answer what degree certificates are nowadays and also ama. And then there's evidence of the life in the UK. In say no no sano now what say what will test na on saka will life in the UK pass mark. And say most of the time be bisa for reference number no. Now with the reference number no so asheho. And then you have to be able to show say what's now UK Chrome lawfully for that 3 year period. And say usually by way of will confirmation letter from the Home Office. And answer will biometric card na yedema or it could be any evidence that was provided to you from the Home Office say what's now hanon for that 3 year period for as a spouse of a British citizen. And then you should be able to show say ampa oh yeah obi a wo good character e bia so wo de wo for details na dem a and at least wobɛtumi akyerɛ sɛ ebia wo ne adwumamfoɔ wei ayɛ adwuma for this continuous period of time. And then they are also allowed to do their own verifications because with all applications I would if you can see them for no, there is also a consent that you have to give to them. Say, I'm wait to me, I checks. I should say, when you be a omo ejidi say we nipa bonini. Until they will also do their own background checks to make sure that they are all kind of no cray, and they will always need referees. And so when it comes to the referees, no, so it's not all the time that they contact them, but they will need those referees to verify, say, pa ɔmo nim wo deɛ woka no nso ɛyɛ nokorɛ. So whenever you're making a naturalization application, so utumi 2 referees, at least one should be a professional. They both have to be over the age of 25, but they must not be a relative. Nti ɔmo ntumi nyɛ ebusuani. As long as you're able to show that at least one of them is a professional and then the other maybe is a friend or whatever. But at least there's also to make sure say saa nkurɔfoɔ mmienu wei ɔmo details no ɛbɛma wo nti ɛno no saa no nso koraa mpo kyerɛ sɛ nkurɔfoɔ mmienu no a wode bɛka wo naturalization application no ɔmo yɛ nkurɔfoɔ a ɔmo gye wo di nti na ɔmo de ɔmo details koraa mpo ɛɛma wo. And see, when it comes to the naturalization application as well, they will also require proof of the fact that what's not UK Chrome her, and that could be any proof of residence. A bit to me, I utility bills, a bit to me, I council tax, a bit to me, I bank statements, a bit to me, I BBBR, a bit say what's not UK Chrome her continuously for that 3-year period. Nti, so woyɛ application now, as much as possible, there are other questions in there that I haven't mentioned, but say utumi ɛma ɔmo ho nneɛma bi so ansa na wetumi asubmit application no nso ɛde akɔma ɔmo. It's very important say wobetumi ama ɔmo ehu wo immigration history as well, because and also ɛka ɔmo good character requirements no nso. They want to make sure say ebi a woba UK kurom ha sɛ woamba kwan papa so a ɛndeɛ na ɛno nso ɛwɔ hɔ. Sɛ woba kwan papa so a they want to know how you were able to come into the UK as well. Good character requirements no nso is also part of their requirements. Nti sɛ ebi a wogye di sɛ woba UK kurom ha ebi a you got into a few issues for one reason or the other nti went to me ɛndi mmara no so sɛnea say wodi mmara no so. And also, they have different discretions that they apply to different offenses and I said different issues. In no no sano say uhu embranim for dia and the patchwork who embranim for no answer na what the application atum person you be refused so for no reason. But if for any reason whatsoever, would you just say would then you can go ahead and then submit the applications with the documentation na mebobɔ so no. Nti mayɛ tea major no ha I know say tiefoɔ ne ahwɛfoɔ ɛbɛbisa ɔmo nsɛm nti major no ha na yɛtumi atoa yɛ program no so.
Eunice, wakyerɛkyerɛ mu papapapapa ma yɛhu sɛnea ɛteɛ pɛpɛɛpɛ. But ana nkurɔfoɔ ɔmo etie ne sei na afei na ɔbɛdwene ho aka sɛ sɛ woka sei, sɛ woka sei, sɛ woka sei, na ɛno no na wopa akyerɛ sɛ. Naturalizing yourself to get a British citizen no. Straightforward nanso no nneɛma a ɛhyehyɛ mu no a sɛnea lawyer Eunice akeka no ana ehia ankasa ehia paa. Now wedi kan aka English deɛ sɛ wabɛtena ɔmo kurom a deɛ a ɔsɛ at least otumi ne ɔmo mingle through communication. Saa nso na wabɛtena kurom ha nso no wohu ɔmo culture ɔmo de ɔmo culture na ehia ɔmo paa. Nneɛma nketenkete bi a ɔsɔ ɔmo ho ɛno na yɛfrɛ no sɛ wobɛsua ɔmo life in the UK. Na nkurɔfoɔ nim sɛ woyɛ English na ɛno ara no wonni life in the UK na ɛsono English. Life in the UK no ɛno no to be very honest with you etiefo a motie me ɛno no ɛnda fam. Ɛyɛ den mɛka kyerɛw sɛ ɛno ɛyɛ den. Ɛwɔ sɛ wosua ansa na wayɛ den wetumi ayɛ. Mbia watena kurom ha akyɛ woyɛ obi a wotie news woyɛ obi a when it comes to kurom ha nsɛm deɛ wonim te sɛ maame bi a menim no ɔno ɔnim akenkan nanso da bia ɔte TV ho nti da bia anything na sɛ yɛsɛ aban yɛsi onim aban ka wei a onim ɔba onim kyerɛ sɛ onim kurom ha nsɛm ankasa obi wɔ hɔ saa no na kyerɛ sɛ wehu the culture ɛwɔ kurom ha nti no wokɔ sɛti questions ɛda n'anim na even mpo yɛ kenkan ma no a ɔno a bɛtumi ayɛ dɛn atwerɛ answer no. You need to know all these things. Here, you can't just get up, say mekoye. You need to learn the life in the UK. Omo resources nso bebree ɛwɔ online a wobɛtumi ayɛ. Baya na online free ones no. So wa wonim say anything free no, yɛ ne buga. Obi bɛtumi atua online deɛ na wetumi de akɔtwerɛ. Ɛno nso yɛ. However, nso bi mu omo ayɛ books, special books a ɛno nso no, because when it comes to the life in the UK no, they go according to the year. They go according to the year because omo no omo mmra no se ne esisa ne nti no. You can use you can say mbia year 2000 and now same bia even year 2020 mpo book life in the UK year 2020 book no. Untumi use so emma say wokɔtwerɛ exams year wotwerɛ wɔ exams no in year 2024. It doesn't work that way because mbia na mmerɛ bi ɛwɔ 2020 no nanso 2024 no saa mmara no ɔmo asesa mbia na question bi akɔtɔ so ɛwɔ saa 2024 deɛ no woma answer 2020 deɛ no wobɛti ɛno na ɛma life in the UK no we call it an update learning. Update learning na kyerɛ sɛ da bia wo update nneɛma a the current issues a ɛrekɔ no ɛnom na ɔmo de set ɔmo questions ɔmo wɔ proud history ɛnea history deɛ you can't change history ɔmo history a ɔmo ho nsɛm fiti King James mmerɛ so ɔmo nyinaa nnuanom ne nyinaa up to now ɛno deɛ history ne deɛ ɔntumi nsesa but ɛyɛ aspect ɔmo akyekyɛ mu 5 categories nea ɛyɛ current affairs no ɛno deɛ ɛsesa almost all the time nti momma yɛnhyɛ ne so Lawyer Eunice menkasa bebree te sɛ a yɛwɔ mmerɛ kakra nti mɛbie telephone lines no whilst we are still having our conversation more few questions a mɛbisa deɛ but mɛbie telephone lines no sɛ obi wɔ hɔ a ɔpɛ sɛ obisa question bi a ɛkyerɛ n'adwene a na wɔtumi ebisa na Lawyer Eunice eyi wɔ ano yɛn numbers no ɛnsesan ɛyɛ the same ɛyɛ ɛnɛ deɛ no Fridays deɛ na mɛka nti wobɛtumi afrɛ 0208 123 1016 anaasɛ 073 9920 8468 wofrɛ a yɛbɛma ansa wo na question webisa na mmom sɛ baabi a wowɔ no mbia na wontumi anyɛ dɛn amfrɛ wobɛtumi agya voice note no kɔ na kɔgya wɔ WhatsApp number wei so ɛyɛ 075 966 20154 gya note no wɔ hɔ na yɛtumi abɔ de ama wo nti yɛnya yɛn first caller wama ma no koraa ɛnsi mema afehyia pa ɛma wakɔ aba ɛbɛ dwumadie so mpatwɔ wokasa ɛfiri yɛtie o amen amen
education na mode my boy my na mo true be true no e adwuma ya friend Emmanuel
yo
because free betting on trends or UK have
yo yɛtie o
now patrol and this year the national national celebration say maybe kind e wo the maybe can say for new king and then you British spouse idea now more
yes
but making me trim ho kakra fi ho
ɛnyɛ hwee
okay and you make person be say omo a me fan say DC we say he care by 5 years roots and by no say nyame boa na wo twa no nya leave to remain or no so need
indefinite leave to remain
apply say obitime British citizen and question you be kind no ye to so be eh obi nso ne partner na e buy buy because of COS and sense the anti no oba ni mo ne be man nto mo achi oba na ko di be man so ko di be edu e bi sika stem ne yi nti ma ko nye COS ni bi ti so so bi sika ba be man so bi ne mu no si edu ma so no e problem and because of that no oba no friend na onye ni bio Every 5 years you try, and also gain a bit me I have found a dependent no one with us.
Hey,
Let's take
so
the last question first. Because when it comes to skilled workers now, we'll say, Omu mienu na eba ayo. And afei omu bedru hey. Omu ntema tete. Inti baako afa ne baby na baako nso afa ne baby. Inti at the end of the day, ebia omu ma omu 3 years. 3 years na eba ewie no. What did the other person do? And I said, what did the main applicants also do? Inti obviously we need to know what routes they switched onto because if for instance abia main applicants now could do another skilled work route one fa oba na nka ho and oba no so abia later on nyame aya na do ma wakoshe obi on also for another route, then it means that now that they are both on separate routes and yet say almost 5 years from the time almost they buy they are now on separate routes into their time will start again from that route into that last question no dear is a bit technical into it's not
but
just the fact that
ọhọ
one
no ọhọ no mentwa wa no la Eunice mentwa wa no ọhọ no ehun say bi mu nso di 5 years na bae ebi mu ye
yes
mo 5 years straight nti no se
okay
the 5 years na so na omo mu atete a eno nso menim say main applicant ne de on de ne ho so obetumi aye na de emfa ne ho
yeah
but
yeah
wan fa ne dependent na nka ho a
yeah
e den na dependent no den na obeye.
in that scenario dear say one fa main dependents now fa um main applicants now for dependents now can hold dear then it means say she would not have something to fall back on in say to mean indefinite no. And so that means that it's now up to her to find another route and now up to him to find another route over to me at so on. It's not automatic say because Martin have 5 years and say some woman indefinite. And yes,
Okay.
Anna in it here. And even with the main applicants, no, so it's not automatic say because what's that UK Chrome have 5 years and say some woman indefinite. There are requirements that have to be met in saying
Before.
automatic, sir. Yeah.
Okay.
And then the first question, I think Senna Obisa says, skilled worker no nensa cafe bona or no so bet me a naturalize. Yes, sir. Oshire section 6 1 of the British Nationality Act there. To say senya midi kind able so no. As long as you are able to show say you're of full age and capacity, no. Uh if you can send for no, we need to know say what's not chrome her at least for a total period of 5 years, and it has to be lawful residence for that 5 year period. So with me, actually say what's now UK Chrome have for that 5 year period, why you're English, why you're life in the UK, unto quite more than 450 days within that 5 years. Unsaka indefinite no so what's now her an extra 12 months into 1 year better so into when you're 6 years within that 12 months no so unto quite more than 90 days over to me I
Aye.
yes application for
Okay.
station
Sɛ
yeah
wate yɛwɔ dɔfo bi nso wɔ ahoma no so mewɔ questions nso kakra wɔ ha nti ansa telephone baako na afei memfa aha nso deɛ no baako dɔfo a wɔ so mpakyɛ yɛte wo nka kasa yɛtie.
Good morning,
Good morning.
Eunice and Emmanuel.
Good morning. Good morning.
KK. Me, me, the question is with reference, okay, my example, say,
Mhm.
Obi Awawari has to say Awawari British.
Mhm.
Now, when you're indefinite.
Mhm.
However, over apply for the indefinite, no,
Mhm.
the visa new year
Mhm.
because of sick assembly, when I don't renew on the day I will know. But or renew but okay, but the person was able to renew it within the 14 days grace period.
Mhm.
Now, when it comes to self also take advantage of say or yeah British spouse now when you're indefinite, you know,
Mhm.
what will be the conundrum? So per se, if you're indefinite and
Mhm.
tradition of per se or, citizenship, but
Okay.
bearing in mind or or face that problem, well, a year ago, what will be the conundrum, please? And then, okay, but yeah, that's it.
Yembise no answer. Yembise no answer.
Okay.
Okay.
In terms of that question, is very simple. So when to me answer so meet start 39E requirements and almost find definite no manner in the first place because the rules are very should I say formulative until you have to be able to show say either say what's now UK Chrome have continuously for 60 months and I said what's now UK Chrome have continuously for 120 months. And see if the caseworker doesn't believe say you have resided here lawfully on the parent route and as a partner route or whichever route you're on for that 5 year period and I said that 10 year period, almost find definite amount into as long as the person has been granted indefinite leave to remain, then that issue has
It's
been
out.
resolved. Yes.
Okay. Yen nuabema keke yeda ase.
Okay. It was just between the sometimes we use language in time and on time. No, that was
Yes.
to
Yes.
clarify. Thank you.
You're welcome. Keke da be na be you law school no. Okay. Yeda ase. Yeda ase. Okay, menkan we nso emfree ha mpacho wa ogina so no gina so kakra ma me why. I say please and then me share me no ano ma menkan I say please one has indefinite and has done e-visa. E-visa confirmation email says keep your BRP to travel and prove your right. In quotes, okay. At the same time, got their citizenship application approved. Naturalization email says return BRP or £1,000 fine. British passport is yet to be applied. Should BRP be returned or wait after British passport? Please advise.
To tell you the
Oh,
truth,
this, oh, this is funny. Yeah, Randy. Naturalizing. Oh, yeah, then you.
I know that you've heard the contradiction.
Exactly.
Obviously. So
Well, come to see what again.
so what instructions they I say over to me
Mm-hmm.
that so you see that same biometric card now we use for registration there. Then
Mm-hmm.
of course it means that you still have to keep that biometric card just so
Exactly. Hey.
one can you ask them how would you generate your share code in that instance if you don't
Eh,
have the card?
And now on your photocopies into her. Now the on
Okay,
send card nko. No on your application, British application, passport application, buy. So
application
I but buy.
and
And
buy.
no
Oh,
on your
okay. So why yeah.
mm-hmm.
So why yeah British
Yeah. I'll say
naturalization
is yet
is it?
to
Uh-huh.
apply.
It's
Mm.
so on go to quite
Yes,
next
more.
month now or the come on not to generate share code and also
Over
yes
there.
where then there where
Many utim we dey any lawyer any lawyer advice o near utie mesrew wo dey photocopy wo ho na ye application passport British passport application yeah na ye bia so application now dey akwento men to kwan sisi a ma ho be 5 6 months into kwan mesrew na unsa kan wa dey ansa na we to kwan I don't know it's just me dey no why ɔdɔfoɔ wɔ ahomaso mpatwa yɛtie o ma yɛnti biribi a wɔkasa firi okay no worries bisa okay
Based on ties to country, home, finances, and I'm willing to fully sponsor maybe the wife. You know, because I said, may sponsor that we will be to be an asset cases. Now, these are I'm gonna reject the application.
Na na event ne require say you can bring people normal attend the event maybe, right?
Very with a personal event to cry. Sure.
Sorry, then.
A personal event.
Oh, personal event. Okay. Angela Eunice, ehia mimi well, ehia say also omo show BB because say
The person me
eh
tia say ye, sorry.
mhm,
Also
mhm.
person invite ne yere about events.
Nibi.
What
Me fa say me ma example, embi obeye wedding. Me fa ne
oh,
say I say personal. So me ma example so obeye wedding so de busua. And a person inviting a sister, no ombre bi. No person inviting a sister and ni kunu nyina. No bisa say or no take responsibility say or sponsor mo everything. Not just say or even so mo plane ticket to accommodation, everything or sponsor. It is say or no be e was a capacity na. Still na send the yere ne kunu no. Omo nso mo form nneoma statement ne nneoma bi and still enka ho for application na. Mpacho etom. Mhm.
okay, so in terms of visa applications, uh David Biara, you can say when it comes to visa applications,
Mhm.
UK aban no episode omo hu se nipa kron na oba no oye
Mhm.
genuine visitor ana. E na
Mhm.
obetumi nso a kire se oba a obesan na chi back. Ɛno na
Mhm.
ɔmo pɛ sɛ ɔmo hwɛ. Nti sɛ ɔka sɛ ɔwɔ sponsor ne sister ɛne ne kunu a, then they
Mhm.
want to be able to see sɛ ne sister ne ne kunu no a ɔmo ba no, ɔmo
Mhm.
bɛsan wɔn akyi akɔ back anaa.
Kwana.
Nti ebia he's accommodating them in terms of
Mhm.
finances no so he's
Mhm.
the one going to maintain them
Sponsor.
when they also
Mhm.
come. Into what then can they prove in terms of omo ties in Ghana? Any
Mhm.
yama omo ye ewo Ghana. I bet to me
Mhm.
actually case worker na or
So
yeah man
omweki.
say yes zani pa we are
Mhm.
oba obesan echi akobak. Omo to
Mhm.
quite to another European country da. And that's omo to
Mhm.
quite to another Western country da. Omo be
Mhm.
take that into consideration. Has it been that Omo by UK Chrome ha almost
Mhm.
almost Eddie more than the required period? Ebia na nipa no waba visit that overstay in a 6 months period in no Sano, they have
Mhm.
it on their records. What
Mhm.
ties do they have back home? Is it that Ebia nipa kono or ye juma into oba holiday keke now assign the chair alcohol
Mhm.
back? Is it that
Mhm.
omo wo nkola into omo back for a short period na omo
Mhm.
akɔhwɛ ɔmo mma no? Is it that
Mhm.
ebi a ɔmo wɔ business a ɔmo running nti ɛba ne saa a ɔmo ntumi ɛntena ama no ne ɛnkyɛ they have to go back as soon as possible because
Mhm.
edwuma no a ɔmo yɛ no ɛyɛ sɛ ɔmo ankasa na ɔmo wɔ hɔ a ɔmo betumi ahwɛ biribiara so. Is it that
Mhm.
ebi apart from Ejuma Moye, no, they are involved in other community projects and also other community
Mhm.
associations and church and other things. They want to
Mhm.
know what
Mhm.
you have so
Chai
that they
samo.
yes,
Mhm.
so that they
Okay.
are sure say over sign with she ako back. Into yes, fair enough that he is pondering, but most of the
They still
documentation has
need
to come
two
from
things.
Nipakwana
Mhm.
or Bano.
Mhm.
Into that is that in terms of
Mhm.
visit visa application.
Yɛnso yɛda ase wae.
Before some free
Mhm.
maybe on that finance, or mono big bank statement. Now I say, the other name.
Ɔmmɛhia sɛ na ɔɔka no dɛn na ɛbɛkyerɛ sɛ ɔmo wɔ ties wɔ Ghana nti ɔmmɛhia no kora mpo yɛ number one.
Okay,
Why?
and okay. Now I was just a woman can say the scale will boss for and I say,
But
Papa,
the best.
Eunice mami answer no. When it comes to visitors application, home office no, enye se sika boom eda wa account mo. But some who say unya regular income. Na regular income na unya no nso se wuyi bi a eco holiday a you can still fend for yourself. In Tembia na unya 1,200 all the time. Meanwhile 1,200 pe na bem. Usi udi sa 1,200 ni ba holiday. Uko fia ukodi den. So enti no senior tie bia no say kakra na che say unya wo holiday because they understand holiday they abroche UK about holiday ase nti ubenye sika akọ holiday e de akọ hwe wo ho a se wo ba still at least wo kakra otumede eden e de hwe wo ho ana me answer no lawyer Eunice.
Yes, it's exactly that. And then you should be able to show, say, at least, baby, I want to can free a juma, and I said, me free self employment, and I said, me free third party. You have to be able to show all of that.
Show that.
Yeah.
Why? Means me that share program no me who say what share. Me that say. Yo, and but you also jina so 1 second, mommy. Me bisa me question wa ha. Or say, hi, I have an ILR and I brought my wife on the spousal visa to the UK in June 2024. She left her 2 children who are both under the age of 10. I am now going to apply for them to join us in the UK. 1. How much is their application fee? 2. What is the financial requirement for this application? 3. What documents do I need to make the application? Thank you. La Eunice, nsɛm mmiɛnsa ɛna webisa no.
Okay. In terms of Nkola application, there is the same as adult application. It's about £2,000 for each applicant. Into that one, you have to be able to get that money. I'm not sure whether or say ne year in can indefinite and I say afina.
Ɔsɛ ɔba June 24 yɛ anti on
Okay,
ne nsa
okay.
nkaeɛ.
Okay, so scenario about June 2024 dia and the so omo bema nkwala no omo asetena na they will ask for the IHS to be paid. In the IHS no will be dependent on their mame no ewo. Into let's say mame no watena ha no 1 year already. Into akane 1 year and a half. And the omo betua IHS 1 year and a half there. Into eno no sa no na I don't know what the calculation is, but I know say for children, £776 a year. Into he will have to have that amount of money for
Ụmụ
IHS. No,
kwụsịkwa nso dị ọmụ ji nsika o. Eye.
yes.
Bra, wabọ ka, but tiesie uye abeye yi. Why? Na yemfa next scholar. Kofi Ekubiasi, please. Will CCJ on your credit results, no? Results in refusal. Oh, me huni. I say, please, will a CCJ on your credit file result a refusal under good character na mema ni also no ono nso bisa ne question.
Not necessarily, unless we will be a ota empe ekatia. Then
Ekechi.
yes, then obviously then it becomes an issue for the caseworker and they think that
Yeah.
okay, nimpa way dear, you ain't me interested no into you refuse so. Yeah.
Sa CCJ no kra wa credit we kra wa hyehyɛ bibia every month omo ti sika na yehu say for the past 6 months and 1 year no utia every a ɛno sɛ hwe odofo wa homa so sɛ mre ne yakɔ yentie wo na afi de yema me bɛka brofo kakra ma ye.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yɛde nyame ase. Bra. Kaseyi, meet wase ba kaseyi kakra ma me. Why?
Yes. My think but Nina the woman there. The person may apply for naturalization, but me nya me class no di kakra wo ho. But the problem kakra ba ho
Okay.
account but it will be discussed. Am I make course? Am I course or that me say be share can back because later and now omo report report a fraud. Next, 1,000 na court in order and sending the interest can back in the man community service. And I'm say will be now find so I cut 260 pounds no share we. But my life in UK my party, my one my partner in about. We should say be a make apply na be a or my farmer.
Say good character no.
Yeah, to me program me take on that okay. There is break now one and my head. about because of my woman now. Lawyer retired.
Why? And the would be my lawyer na omo na omo nim brofo mutumi tro e de ka ho. Say good character na e den questions bi wo ho you have to explain to the case worker no. Say wankasa wo ya omo brofo na ya na omo try to convince the case workers yenum say yente sa brofo na se nti mesre fakoma lawyer. It's not a bad case even though fraud tare obi kra ku nipa nso no otumenya, but it's not a bad case but what they are calling lawyers na ensem wo ho no they will see how best they can write their can say supplementary evidence na mo de ka ho no na omo etumi achechi mu ama case worker no why nti embo hu why
Or no number 10 people say, yeah, Miss Mark, apply, and number 2 number them about lawyer one, no, my yama.
on person obe try na ya refuse you so
Maybe better because maybe better about or more,
many of them I want take risk oh hu ne da winim enti no o de ko hu lawyers no why all right nyame nhyira na share program ne mami we me for me last caller, just last caller, then lawyer Ann are you ready na mama na baso na yakasa oh ono pro de atoso into de atoso there that's fine nti no say lawyer Ann wa around na me mano official pa me first time na me friend no na on be potokasa no kakra emaye that's translating all the explanation and the education that we've given it in the English version and my non-summarize it so that we can share to the other neighboring countries. They don't speak our local language. Until lawyer Anne, me mawakwaba.
Happy New Year, Mania T, and to all our viewers, and happy Friday as well. So the topic for today was do I still have to wait 12 months to naturalize as a spouse of a British citizen? And the answer is no, you don't have to wait 12 months. So normally if you are not married to a British citizen, you have to at least wait 12 months before, like after your indefinite leave to remain application has been successful, before you can submit your naturalization application. However, if you are married to a British citizen, you do not have to wait the 12 months. So today we looked at the requirement when it comes to applying for naturalization, which can be found in Schedule 1 of the British Nationality Act 1981. So the first requirement is that of good character. So the Home Office or the caseworker, they will look at your character to see whether you meet that requirement. So normally an application would be refused or a person wouldn't be considered as having good character if they have any type of sentence in the past for at least 12 months, or they are a persistent offender, or they are on the some type of sexual register, for example, or they have committed a sexual offense. The other requirement that has to be met is that of English language, normally at level B1. So you don't have to always sit the English language test. So let's say you have a bachelor's degree or a master's degree or a PhD, which was taught in English, you can rely on that. Or even if you are from an English speaking country, you also do not have to sit the test. So the Home Office has come up with a list of countries. So if you're from one of those countries, you don't have to sit the English language test at all. So some of the countries are Australia, Canada, Jamaica, the USA. So if an exception doesn't apply, then in that case, you'd have to sit the English language test at level B1, and you'd also have to sit the Life in the UK test, whereby it's basically a multiple choice test regarding British culture and politics, and you'd have to at least pass 19 out of the 24 multiple choice questions. And then there's also a residence requirement. So if you're married to a British citizen, you have to show that you have continuously lived in the UK for 3 years, and that within those 3 years you have not been outside of the UK for more than 270 days. Yeah, and then in terms of the evidence, you'd have to provide your marriage certificate to show that you're married to a British citizen. You'd have to provide evidence of your indefinite leave to remain. So nowadays it would be an e-visa. However, it can also be a BRP card if you have that. And then to prove your residence, to prove that you have been living continuously in the UK for 3 years, you would have to first of all provide your passport and stamped on your passport to show that you haven't been outside of the UK for more than the 270 days. And you'd also have to prove or provide evidence which shows that you were in the UK for 3 years or living in the UK for 3 years, such as pay slips, bank statements, utility bills, tenancy agreements, anything that bears your name and is dated within those 3 years to show that indeed you are living in the UK continuously within the 3 years. You'd also have to provide your life in the UK reference number as part of the application. And in terms of good character, the application form asks for referees, 2 referees, one professional and one can be a friend. They have to be over the age of 25 and they have to attest to the fact that they know you. And the Home Office has the power to also contact them if need be. So, as lawyer Eunice said, under Section 6, subsection 2 of the British Nationality Act 1981, the Home Office can use its discretion. So, if an applicant meets all of the requirements that are set out in Schedule 1, in that case, if the Home Office thinks that it is fit to um, give the applicant the certificate of naturalization, they can. So that is the summary for today. Thank you very much.
And thank you to Lawyer Annie. Yabeda see. It's here for MC Crawford. A few questions be about, but 11 na bo. Yeah, chamo 4 minutes crack. Mess remedy demo. Next week, maybe some more questions now, ma'am. Lawyer Eunice, in fact, and then I'll be giant.
That's the bebree on your tea. I think say your time and now say no echo bebree. Um Deɛ yɛka ho asɛm no, I know sɛ nkurɔfoɔ bebree ebi a wɔn nim obi a ɛbɛboa no nti patwɔ sɛ yɛwie dwumadie kora mpo a wobɛtumi ahyɛ de akɔma obi a ɔno nso ɛyɛ sɛ otie na ɔno nso ehu deɛ ɛrekɔ. BWF ɛnyɛ immigration nsɛm nko a na yɛde ho adwuma. Yɛde civil litigation matters ho nso adwuma. Family issues such as divorce, child arrangement orders, non-molestation orders, ɛne nkeka ho no, yɛyɛ ɛno nso ho adwuma. Yɛpɛni nso yɛ wills any probate nti sɛ wopɛ sɛ woyɛ wo will anaasɛ wowɔ probate issue in regards to obusuani a wawu a wopɛ sɛ wode nneɛma ɛtoto hɔ no, sɛ at least wotumi yɛ probate nti yɛyɛ ɛno nso ho adwuma. Sɛ wopɛ sɛ woba na wobɛhu yɛn nso so a, yɛn main telephone number no yɛ 0208 493 7340 nti 0208 493 7340. Yɛbie from 9:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday. Nti yame yɛ adom a yɛbɔ mpaeɛ sɛ dasɛndɛ yɛsa ɛbɛsan aka mo bio.
Yo, Leonis, meda ase, for meda mo nyinaa nso ase, na sɛ na senior kaeɛ na yɛbɛsan hyia. Ɔmo a mentumi mbisa mo question, me ho sɛ bi koraa ba me phone ne so bɛyɛ mmiɛnsa bi mesrɛ mo. Nyame adom ɔkyena the community and the law na ɛbɛba so. So I might post some of your questions no menya metumi asɛne akɔ hɔ na yɛbisa wɔ hɔ nti sɛ wonya adagye tie a wobɛnya wɔ answer no ɛfiri hɔ dodo na ɛhwɛ me a ɔmotie mu nyina nyame nhyira me nua bɛma Joe Benny wo deɛ wo sɛ wanhwɛ me koraa na ɛnyɛ wo nti nyame nhyira wo ai say wahwe na wahye program no nso Eunice mesre ebia next week mo ho baby no skill workers foi omo ho nsɛmsɛm no mesre say yensan sisu biom because you see about 3 questions asa ba about skill worker nyoma no na yentumi ma education no na ento maso mu yie. Apart from that ne de yegidi say nyankopon ene ye wo ho bibia be yi say ya o license ya revoke o license ya suspend ya ema wa be mu mbu keep on searching try but modern wo searching so now the mpaebo ne gidi e ka ho eye dan a ini da so e wo ho nyame nka ye ho me mo bibia a very lovely weekend. Have a nice day. Bye bye.
Based in London, we are a dynamic award-winning firm specialising in a range of legal services. Welcome to BWF Solicitors, a trusted and experienced law firm specialising in immigration and nationality, appeals and judicial review, dispute resolution, family and matrimonial, and other family law disputes with international context. These include matters such as private child arrangement orders, contestant and uncontested divorce, non-molestation for domestic violence, and financial remedy. Our childcare and family team appreciate the issues facing you at such a difficult time. Our advice is delivered in a confidential and sensitive manner. Meet Bernard Owusu, our esteemed senior partner, with over 32 years of experience and known for his expertise and dedication to serving our clients and the community. BWF Solicitors stands for integrity, respect, excellence, teamwork, diversity, inclusion, and service to the community. We provide tailored assistance specific to your case. At BWF Solicitors, every day is filled with dedication, creativity, and a commitment to finding the best solutions for our clients. Our team at BWF Solicitors is ready to assist you with all your legal needs. You can find us at the 4th floor, Anna House, 214 to 218 High Road, Seven Sisters, London, N15 4NP. Our main office line is 0208 493 7340, or our emergency line is 07712 761 884.